Hi, welcome to part 2 of the video series for instructing AILAWA Washington administrators to manage the website. In this video, we're going to cover some of the more advanced options. So let's get started. So this is the screen you're going to see when you first log in, as we chatted about in the first video. So today, what we're going to cover is we're going to cover user management. We're going to cover the menus, we're going to cover the widgets, and we're going to talk a little bit about the committees. So let's start with the user management. So click on users, and it'll show you all of the members of the organization. There are 24 pages. There are 475 users, and that gives you a quick view of that. You can search just like you can in posts. And there are different filters. There's one administrator, myself, right now, but there will be more. There are 474 subscribers. These are the roles. So if you hover over any user, you have an edit delete. There's not as many options as with posts. So go ahead and click on edit. And as an administrator, I can go in and I can edit anybody's profile. And so if you're an administrator, then you can do the same thing. There's not a lot of information to change for the user. At the very bottom is the information that you will likely most frequently change. In this case, probably the most useful feature is the role, the organization role. And so this information, all of this information, each user has the ability to change on their own. So if a user is signed into the website, what they do is they click on the My Account page, and it'll give them a form where they fill out the information information about themselves. The role is one of those fields that is only available for administrators. I see it because I'm an administrator, but most users will not see it, so they can update everything except for that. Okay, so that is users. If you can add a new user just like you would under posts. Okay, so now let's go to menus. So by menu, it's this top menu across the top. It's all of the home events, etc. And it's the submenus that appear when you hover over any menu item that has children. So if you go to Appearance, Menus, you will see this screen. And so this screen, I'm going to collapse pages. This screen has two sections. So this area is everything that is on the site that you can put on the menu, and then everything. And this section of the page is for the actual menu. And what you'll see as you scroll down is these do match up with what is on the front end of the website. For example, About Us has a Helpful Links sub-item. So if we go to the front side, we go to About Us, there's a Helpful Links sub-item. So they do match one for one. And this is a drag and drop interface. These boxes are movable. You'll notice that little dotted lines appear when you hover over wherever you can place it. And it uses indentation to determine or to indicate parent-child relationships. So whenever you add something, new content to the website, and you want it accessible via the main navigation menu, you would come into this screen to do that. Nothing is automatic, so if you want it in the menu, you have to manually do it. So let's go ahead and get rid of Eastern Washington Committee. Remember that it's underneath Dream. So let's go ahead and remove that, just to show you how we would re-add it. So that's how you would remove it. If you want to save it, go ahead and save it there. So we want to add Eastern Washington Committee. I'm going to go ahead and click on View All. This shows me all the committees. Eastern Washington, and then Add to Menu. What this will do is this will add it to the very bottom of the menu structure. We need to grab it and we need to move it. So if you remember, it was underneath Dream. So let's go ahead and add it underneath Dream. And notice that if I scooted it over, I could actually make it a child of Dream. We want to put it at the same level as Dream. So let's go ahead and save that. and that would appear in the main other committees underneath Dream. So there it is. So the next thing under appearance is we want to talk about widgets. Widgets are containers that we have put throughout the website that you can drop these neat little tools in, so it automatically does things for you. So one example we'll start with is the left sidebar. So you'll see that it has this simple page excerpt widget that you could drag a second one on. Excuse me. You can add a second one on if you like. And now we have two simple page excerpt widgets. So it's another drag and drop interface. This shows the excerpt of the About Us page. So if we go here, let's go to the home page, you'll notice that the About Us widget appears right below the logo. The next sidebar is the Members sidebar. So this container is what appears in the right sidebar for any signed in user. And so what this is this is the recent post. This is the 10 most recent posts that's on the website. And by post, we go over here. If you remember, we go to the post screen or to the post section of the admin to manage the posts. The public sidebar is what appears in that right sidebar section, in this section right here, for the public or for anonymous users accessing the website. Right now it's just a text, and what we're doing is we're just giving them a list of links that they can click. The blog sidebar is what appears on the right hand side of the screen for anytime somebody is looking at a blog post. So if we click here, we'll see that there are 3 widgets inside this container. And you see the matching 3 widgets here. The committee sidebar it actually appears on the left side of the screen for every committee page. So if we go to any committee, let's go to CIS for example, what you're going to see is on the left below the About Us, we're going to see liaison committees and other committees. One thing that's missing is content in this right sidebar. So the right sidebar has events and posts specific to that committee. And since we're just starting out, there are most of these committees don't have posts and don't have events to list. That's why this area is empty. But over time, this will be filled up with content. So those are the widget containers we have right now. The last thing I'd like to cover in this screencast is more information about the committees. So within the committee section, there's a list of members that we can add and we can manage. We've previously covered how to add and remove. Another additional, the order is very important here. If we go to the Eastern Washington Committee, for example, you're going to see the list of members appears in the Washington Committee page. And you'll notice that Stephen Robin is above Andrew White, right? And in this list, Stephen Robbins is above Andrew White. These little 3 bars at the left is an order, is a move function. So we can take Andrew White and we can move him. We can move him to another place within the list to show him a different order. We can even move him to the top. And if we drop it and we save it, then Andrew would appear above Michelle. And that would be reflected here, right? The other interesting part of this we talked about a second ago, or another interesting feature that I want to cover here, is in the post categories. So if we scroll down here, post committees, we talked about earlier that the committee sidebar will have the events and the posts associated with that committee. So if we were to create an upcoming CLE opportunities or another post and assign it to any of the committees, then that post would appear, if it's for Eastern Washington in this case, it would appear in the Eastern Washington sidebar. And the same goes for events. If we go into events and we click on edit any event, we can assign that event to a committee, one or more committees, and for each committee that's assigned to, that event will appear in a list, in an upcoming events list in the right sidebar. And then all events will appear in the calendar with the list of all of the year's events below that as you add them. Well, that concludes part 2 of the instructional video series. If there's a need, we can create more of these videos. I hope this is helpful, and I will make sure that the proper folks get access to the website, have the URL, and have their admin or have their username and password so they can do it. Thank you.